This is Surgeon Simulator, indie developer Bossa Studios' most successful game to date. Developed in just 2 days, the game has already made the company a 7-figure sum, and its success underlines how the video game world is changing.
There are three main elements changing. First, the way that consumers relate to games with a vast host of new devices, like touch devices available everywhere we take with you. The way the games are crafted thanks to new tools, and you now need less people working to achieve the same result that in the past you needed more people to do. And the whole dynamics of getting the publisher out of the equation. You are now, thanks to this digital distribution, you can go straight to market, straight to your consumers, which is what enables us to be indie.
Once dominated by the big blockbuster console franchises, the rise of smartphone and tablet gaming has spawned a new type of gamer and a new type of game. Reaching a large audience used to be about who had the biggest budget or the most successful franchise, but that isn't the case today. Bossa Studios is just one example of an indie company that's been able to enjoy success by communicating directly with gamers through social media.
We create games together with the audience. And it's almost tapping into the maker's revolution, right? We don't really need anymore like a middleman or a company in between us and our customers to talk to them. And that's the marvelous things that happen with Surgeon Simulator and also Monster Mind, which we won a BAFTA for that, which is the fact that culturally we can be very fast and iterate really fast. So we can create a game, put it out there, see how people react to that, and say, okay, people love it, let's just invest and make it really big.
Indie games designed for mobile devices are cheaper to develop and quicker to turn round. Gamers like them because they're often a lot cheaper than console games that can cost £40 or £50, and they often look just as good too. Plus, developers are free from the sometimes conservative constraints of working for bigger studios that are tied to making the latest iteration of the same old titles. The rise of the indie game has led to the breakup of some of the bigger studios, but that doesn't mean it's easy. Small studios can have their own constraints of cash flow and capacity, and there are challenges around how to monetize games in a world where gamers have so much choice.
What we'll see is that the makers of what we think of as mainstream games, the sort of big budget blockbuster console video games, just become another niche of the gaming sector alongside mobile games and social games and free-to-play games and all these other kind of wonderful, innovative, diverse kinds of games that are entering the market at speed.
And despite the shift away from the console, for the really big players like Sony, there are opportunities as well as challenges.
Our group has signed over 80 titles in the last year and a half. We're extremely heavily engaged with the independent space. What we're about is providing that platform, be it on the PlayStation Vita, on PlayStation 3, or going forward on PlayStation 4, and about embracing that creativity.
Trade association Tiger says the UK video games industry is the largest in Europe, employs about 26,000 people and contributes £1 billion to the economy each year. But George Osborne's plan for a video game tax relief is being investigated by the European Commission. Tiger's chief executive Richard Wilson is worried the Brussels investigation could lead to a brain drain.
Since 2008 we've lost investment, millions of pounds of investment, and the total employment in the games development sector since 2008 has shrunk by 7%. And conversely, over that same time period, the Canadian games industry grew by 33%, primarily because they've had tax relief for games production. So the UK games industry has been in a difficult situation since 2008 and has experienced some shrinkage because of this unlevel playing field.
In a gaming world once dominated by consoles, indie studios used to be at the margins. But now that most people carry a powerful computer in their pocket or handbag, it's easier to reach a bigger audience than ever before. Big studios and publishers are sitting up and taking notice of the agile and creative indies. And now big and small gaming companies in the UK want to see a tax relief to level the playing field in an increasingly competitive global market. Daniel Garahan, Financial Times, London.